Bravery is not barbarity. Heroic deeds are done by the brave, the big-hearted, not the big-framed, who are determined to sacrifice themselves. And in wartime, those who are real heroes also have a goodness about them and do not kill unnecessarily. Bravery has no room for barbarity. They may shoot all around the enemy in such a way as to force him to surrender. The good man prefers to be killed than to kill, and when someone has such intentions, he receives divine strength. Evil men are cowards, unmanly bullies. They fear both themselves and others. This is why they will be constantly shooting more out of fear than purpose. During the guerrilla warfare, when I served with the army, we had gone to a village. They told us, "There are none of the guerrillas here. They've all gone away. Only one crazy woman is left." One of our men saw her in the distance and immediately fired 1 or 2 rounds with his weapon. The poor woman shouted, "What have I done to you?" and then fell down. Did he do this out of fear? Yes, out of fear. Such a person looks for the easy solution for himself. In order to be certain, he says, "It's better to get rid of the enemy. The less cowardly person is also the less evil." He will try to disable the enemy. He will try, let's say, to break his arm or his leg, not kill him. Manliness, bravery is one thing, but malice, criminality is another. It is not manly to take the enemy, the prisoners, and slaughter them. Manliness is taking the enemy prisoner, breaking his weapons, and then letting him go. That is what my father did. Whenever he caught any Tsiris who raided the town of Arasa, he took their weapons and broke them, telling the raiders, "You are a woman, not man." Then he would let them go. Once he dressed up as a Turkish woman and went into their camp and asked for their captain. Previously he had made plans with his own men to attack when the signal was given. When the Tsiris took my father to their captain, he said, "Send your men away so we can be alone." When they were alone, he grabbed the captain's weapon, broke it, and told him, "Now you are the woman and I am Esnepiris." Then he gave the signal and his brave men came upon the Tsiris and chased them from the town. To get ahead, one must have a crazy streak in the good sense of the term. Depending on how you use this crazy streak, you can become either a saint or a hero. If you are not helped and are led astray, you can also become a criminal. One who does not have a crazy streak cannot become either a saint or a hero. That is why we need to get our inner engine started, our heart to work, our bravery. Our heart must become foolhardy. I know many military men who have been retired and are full of chagrin. Some of them are looking for a war to begin so they can be active again. Others tremble at the thought of being called up for military duty, while others feign madness to avoid it. Many veterans tell me they would like to go up to Bosnia to fight. They have not used their bravery in the spiritual life, and for this reason, when they hear of war, they are ready to go and fight. These people who have so much energy and will, if they had only come to know the spiritual life, can you imagine what asceticism, what spiritual struggles they would have been able to undertake? They would have become saints.